Did someone say they like pink? Well, here you go. Welcome to my channel. If you are coming here for the first time, welcome. I'm bringing you tips from our trip in March. We went to Cappadocia in March and it was it was phenomenal. If you're in doubt about whether to go or not, go. Amazing. But this video is going to give you tips on like how to just be careful because girl, boy. Anyway, if you are a subscriber, I'm so sorry for the silence. I just had to take a minute to take a break. I was literally running out of steam. I was running out of ideas. I was running out of excitement. Normally making videos for me, I'm like craving it. I'm excited. I'm just happy doing this. And it just got to a point where I was just a bit like, nah. And I didn't want to bring that energy. So we took a break, an unannounced break. I do apologize. But I'm back and I've got content that I'm be filming, so hopefully you like it. Anyway, let's get into the video because I have 14 points and that's a lot. So, but if I leave anything out or anything is unclear, please put it in the comments so we can build a little community that people can benefit from. Or if you want to DM me, you can DM me on my Instagram. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to be giving you tips based on our experience. This is just tips. This is just our experience. You don't have to take it. Sorry if I offend anyone that is from Cappadocia in this video, but some things that we did experience are what we experienced. So yeah, let's get into it. Number one, this is hilarious to me. I'm not even complaining. This speaks to just how Turkey, Cappadocia is. I'm not complaining. It was amazing. It was actually so lovely. It was such a lovely time. They were so lovely. They were not pushy at all. They were not salesy at all. They was just so lovely. And then when we finished making stuff, they took us through the place and showed us around. And then we decided, okay, cool. So we want to get a little souvenir. We want to get a little air balloon and we want a small one. It's actually up there. I'll show you in a bit. That thing is supposed to glow in the dark, or it's supposed. They said that it takes energy from during the day, and they turned off the light in the room. They turned off the lights and everything was glowing, and you can just imagine we were like, wow. We were just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is beautiful, so amazing. Basically, they put something in the paint that during the day it's absorbing energy, and then at nighttime when it will glow. Okay, so we bought the one that glows now. We bought the one that glows. Does it? It doesn't glow. I've turned off. I thought maybe because it's all white. I covered. The thing doesn't glow. It doesn't glow. So I think that they have special lights. Okay. And unless you two have those special lights, it's not gonna glow. It just speaks to it. That for me summarizes Cappadocia. Everything is beautiful. It's wow. They overpromise. They overpromise. You just have to be clued up and careful. Kind of like, I'm not mad, but I'm like, oh, why do all that ceremony? Just tell us that it's. But no, they won't tell you, of course. But I'm not mad because I have it. It's still a souvenir. It's still cute. But that for me, that experience summarizes Cappadocia. Just the masquerades and they don't lie. They oversell. They oversell and they sell hard. So you really have to be just do it. Number one, we arrived in the morning. I think that was a major benefit. If you can help it, if you can plan your trip like that to arrive in the morning, do. Because you just get more from your trip. Basically, we arrived in the morning and the first thing that we did is book with the hotel the things that we wanted to do. The major thing, the reason why we were there, is the balloons, and I'm sure that's on your list too. And the reason why you want to book it quite early is because if it gets cancelled, it gets moved to the next day. You don't want to leave it until you need to leave, when you need to check out. So it's not uncommon. It's actually very common for it to get cancelled. So that is the only thing I would say, book straight away with the hotel. I'll get to the point. I'll get to why in a minute. But yeah, do that. So we did quad biking the day we arrived. And the benefit of that was it just felt like we had done so much, even though we'd only been there for 24 hours. It was mad. the days felt like time was just moving so slow. But I find that happens a lot when you're not in the UK, when you travel to another country. Time just moves slower. It's just so nice. Anyway, everyone will offer you the tours. They will offer you to pick you up from your hotel and take you to wherever that is, free of charge. So don't ever get charged for that. But whether you book it with the hotel or directly with the people that provide the tour, they will offer to pick you up and take you wherever it is that you need to go to. Okay, so keep that in mind. I would also say you need to spend time spend the first 1 or 2 days speaking to locals that look genuine and just not eager to sell you things. They just want to have a chat. They want to, measure their words, of course. But why I say this is because they will recommend to you good places. I asked him a lot about where best to eat, the best hammam, asked him about recommendations that we had been given, and he gave us a lot of tips about where to eat and the situation with restaurants. There are 2 menus. There's the menu for tourists with the tourist tax, a huge tourist tax, almost double, sometimes more. We experienced that. And there is the locals menu, and he was really keen about don't just eat anywhere because some of the kitchens are, in the end, we genuinely didn't enjoy Turkish food because it's pretty much grilled meat of some sort, or like mezes. I don't like stuff like that. I don't like itty bitty food. I like wholesome meals. Like, I don't know, maybe that's African in me, but yeah, I don't really appreciate mezes and all the itty bitty like tapa stuff. I don't like it. We really had a hard time. Though basically we ended up going to I think that the new China restaurant, it's a huge restaurant in the middle of town. You will not miss it. Had just opened a month before, so basically February or January 2023, depending when you're watching this video. And we went to try it out. It was where we were planning to go for my sister's birthday as the night out, and then we ended up going a couple of days before, and we were like, we're coming here for breakfast, lunch and dinner. The menu is huge, but it is an established restaurant. They're in Istanbul and somewhere else in Turkey, and they just opened in Cappadocia. So, oh my gosh, the service is 10/10. The food is amazing. So we ended up I ate from every section of their menu by the end of the trip, because I was going there for lunch, I was going there for dinner every day. Apart from one time when we went to Sete was nice and wholesome food, like mashed potato, oxtail. We had the fruit platter. I had a fruit platter, and then the next day I had sea bass. It just had variety. I don't know. I know it sounds really bad having gone to Turkey and I'm looking for other cuisines, but it's literally just because we struggled. So if you're into food, get to know like wholesome places, so that you switch it up. You can have a bit of Turkish, and then you've got other places to fall back on for good food. The breakfast at our hotel, again, it was all very like it wasn't fresh. It was very packety stuff. I guess because of where they are. Cheese, olives, pepperoni, things that you get out of a packet, and then it was just not wholesome. So by the time 12 o'clock came, we were so hungry. We will be looking for food. Anyway, but we had a little system in the end and it worked. Okay, so you will notice that every conversation you have, people will ask you, oh, where are you from? Wherever you're from, they will start quoting you prices in that currency. So you want to stick to just take back that conversation and tell them, listen, I only have lira. And as soon as somebody's talking to you in your currency and trying to convert that to the lira amount, know that you're being scammed. Unless you really like that item, walk away. I reckon if you tell them you're from America, it's $50. If you tell them you're from Europe, it's 50 euros. If you tell them you're from Britain, it's 50 pounds. That's just what they do. Your hotels by default charge in euros, and I get it, they're running a business, but for example, our hotel, we realized this the second on this. Okay, so a funny thing happened. A lot happened. I'm trying to like summarize it all. But basically, when it comes to money, they will try to milk you. They will try to milk you. So we say that we want to go to a carpet place to take pictures. Okay, we want to go to a, they have all these, you've seen those pictures, and you're in the middle of loads of carpets and it's all colorful. We wanted to do that, and the hotel was like, yeah. Tell me why we ended up. So they said, you can, they will come and pick you up for free and they'll bring you back for free. We said, okay. So we went. Tell me why we arrived. There were loads of men outside this not fancy, but institutional looking building. It looked like a school. It looked like it was once something, and I don't know. Anyway, then the guy comes out that speaks English and he greets us and he says, okay, do you want to go? What did he say? I think he said, do you want to go and see the carpets first, or do you want to see the process of how the carpets are made? Of course, we said we want to see how the carpets are made. So we went in this direction. I don't know my left or right, but basically we went in that direction. The room had ladies making carpets, and then the next room had how silk is made. The next room was how it's dyed, and how everything takes months to do, and how it was a lot of information. And then we were offered tea as we entered this room, and I don't know when it clicked, but we realized that we are being primed to buy. And it was all very like masquerade, like it was a lot. Meanwhile, we're thinking, we just wanted to take pictures. We just want to take pictures. Anyway, we get into this room. They say, it's customary when you sit down with us, we have to give you tea. They give us tea. I picked the pomegranate. My sister picks something else. I can't remember. We sit down. These men are bringing out carpets. They are swinging, we're like, wow. And it dawned on us that they're expecting us to buy. And I'm like, we wanted to take pictures. We just said, anyway. So I said to the guy, okay, so if I didn't come to buy, that's not really what I came with the intention to do, but these carpets are amazing. So let me have your website, or let me have your IG, so that when I'm ready to buy, I'll contact you. No, we don't have a website. Okay. Do you have a phone number then? So no, if you want, everything was a no. So basically, if you were not buying right now, no. And I said, okay. And I said, I tried to explain that we didn't come here with the intention to buy anything, let alone a carpet. So when I say the demeanor changed, the moment I said that, or the moment I was adamant that we're not buying anything, we just came to take pictures. I know that sounds silly, but we said that's what we wanted from the beginning, and that somehow we're in the middle of a sales showcase. The communication between the hotel and this place and their relationship, I reckon they do this all the time, and then you arrive and you're just like, wow, lovely carpet, oh my god, handmade. Also, it didn't add up. How can it all be handmade and it takes months and they have loads of carpets? It just didn't add up. And then mind you, the prices are 500, 400, 1,000. Okay, so if you wanna order the carpet and have it delivered to you, you must spend at least £1,000. But it's better if you buy it right now, because you can take it home. They have suitcases. They have everything ready for you to take the thing and go right now. And when we checked reviews later on, we realized a lot of people fell for the scam, and they left reviews saying things never arrived, or things arrived 3 months later, or things arrived but it was damaged. Anyway, so basically we left this carpet place, but we walked out of that building alone. Mind you, when we entered the building, there were like 7 men around us. The moment we said we're not buying, everybody disappeared, including the man that was taking us around. He just left us whilst we were waiting for the taxi. It was just it was insane the way things just took a left when we said we're not buying. Anyway, we went to the hotel and we were like, what happened? And they were like, oh, but didn't you say you want to buy carpets? I'm like, no, we said we wanted to take pictures. And they were just like, oh my gosh, it must have been such a misunderstanding. And we were like, make sure you apologize to the man, because he seemed really hurt, like really upset that we didn't buy anything we were not interested in buying. It was a huge misunderstanding. So we thought at that point. Anyway, so day 3 or day 4, I can't remember, we said we want to go and make pottery, which is something that's really fun to do. And that's their thing in Turkey. They have natural clay. So we said we want to make pottery. They arranged the same thing. And we were like, okay, so we want to make pottery. So I know I can't make clay or anything, but we want to give it a go. So where can we go? And they were like, yeah. Well, they'll come pick you up. So the same format. So this time now, I was on alert. We arrived. The same format. Men outside in suits. They did not look like they've ever touched clay in their life. Men outside, and then the one that speaks English comes from somewhere, and he greets you, he walks you through, and he takes you to a table where he's about to give you this download. At that point, I'm like, okay, so are we making anything, or is this a tour? And he was stuttering and he was confused, and he was like, no, it's only, you can try to make it. It's there. You can try. And we were like, no, but are we going to make something? Is there a class to make a clay class, a clay pottery making class here? Yeah, you can try. You can give it a go. So he was not very clear in what he was saying. In the end, we realized that this was about to be a repeat of the carpet situation. And we were like, okay, so we're being charged 60 euros per person. What are we paying for? And he looked the shock on his face that we're getting charged, and that we're getting charged 60 euros. And at that point, he was like, okay, let me call the hotel. You don't have to pay. You can just do the tour for free. And yeah. And we're like, at that point, I was over it. I said, I don't want the tour. Take me back home. Anyway, we ended up we didn't take the hotels or the place's taxi, because we were we booked a different taxi. We looked online for, what's this place called? I'll put it on the screen, the name of where we ended up. And the man who came out, his jeans were filthy, covered in clay. He makes clay. We wanted that. We obviously what we made was rubbish, but that's what we wanted. And guess how much we paid for that whole experience? $5 as opposed to 60 euros. $5, and we got to keep the thing, although we left it. It wasn't going to dry in time, but it was about the experience. Anyway, I'm really rambling, but the point I'm making is book the thing you want to do the most with the hotel. After you're done, walk around, speak to locals, and let them make recommendations for where you can go to do whatever it is you want to do. That whole 60 euros for a tour that is actually free, 60 euros per person, was shocking. That really upset me. So be careful. That's all I can say. I would also recommend that you clear your bill before the day of checkout, because the whole lira conversion to euros, some of the activities are in lira, some of them are in euros, and also the cash machine, for whatever reason, would only let us take out 4,000 maximum per day, and we realized that on the last day that we were supposed to check out. So it was all a bit of a kerfuffle, and then we had to do bank transfers, and we got charged insane amounts of money. So really have your checkout figured out before the day of checkout. And also make sure you clarify with the hotel, what are you paying for and in what currency? Agree it before you do it, and make sure you have the money. And yeah, because it gets messy. Although I must say, the hotel was really nice. They arranged a little party for my sister. They did the decor. The customer service was there, but believe me, they're really trying to make money out of you. So, and I get it, it's business, but you too, be a step ahead and be smart. Like, just plan and be on alert, basically. What to wear, what to pack. Oh my gosh, this should be the first thing. The place is very rocky. It's very dusty. When I say dusty, I mean it's normal for them to spray water at the front to reduce the amount of dust that cars create. I think the reason why it's dusty is it's a very mountainous area, but also every corner, every stone is a construction site. Everyone is building a hotel. Everything you see there is a hotel or a restaurant or a shop. That place is a tourist city. I don't think locals live there. If they live there, they live in the hotel. Like, everything you see is a hotel, a restaurant, or a shop in Cappadocia. So everyone is building one of the three, I think. So there's a lot of building happening. We went out of season, so there was less, trying to make things pretty. There was construction going on everywhere. And just generally the place is really dusty, and it's really hilly. Like, it's a good cardio, but it's very hilly. So if you pick a hotel based on you want to be at the top to see which is what we did, to see the balloons and to have a good view, you be prepared to walk a lot, and it's a lot, but we loved it. We really loved it. But just keep that in mind. Why that matters, it impacts what you pack, what you wear. So trainers, don't try to do cute whatsoever. Trainers, comfortable clothes, comfortable shoes. When we were there, it snowed. We experienced every weather, which was beautiful. When we arrived, it was warm, blue skies, a little bit windy, but it was beautiful. So we did all the quad biking and stuff, and we did all the air balloons. And then it started raining. It got a bit moody, and it got a bit chilly. And then it snowed on the last 2 days. So when we were taken to the spa, it was snowing, sorry. We thought, it's not gonna set, it's only snow. It settled. By the time we woke up, the night that on the 28th of March, when we did my sister's birthday, it rained like mad. Luckily, we had already done the little party, and we'd already gone into the igloo looking thing. And when we're in there towards the end, it was raining like crazy, and we had to run down in the rain, get ready, and then go to the restaurant. We got a taxi for that. That taxi man tried to scam us. So the meter said 40 euros, and somehow he was trying to explain that it's 80 euros. No, 80 lira. I don't know. And I'm sure the difference is probably like £10 or £1. But why are you trying to scam me in black and blue? It says 40, and you're saying I should pay 80. Literally, and in the end, when he realized that we weren't going to budge, he was just like, get out. And we were like, okay, goodbye. So it's just crazy things like that. Be very firm, basically, because they will try to take your money. I don't mind paying for things. When I'm on holiday, I'm ready to spend. But don't take me for an idiot. Like, don't blatantly rob me. I don't. Last thing I would say is, you need to keep in mind that Turkey or Cappadocia specializes in carpets, pottery, glazing, glass things. That's their thing, right? So anything else that you see being sold, jewelry, perfume, it's from China, or it's come from somewhere else. So I don't know if that's what you would like, but yeah. This video was not supposed to be this long. I really hope it's been helpful. Basically, watch your money. The hammam, beautiful. That lady handled me. Hammam. If you go to Turkey and you don't do a hammam, I remember the first time I did a hammam, it was in Marrakesh, and the lady literally picked up it was the most uncomfortable feeling. And then I did it in Turkey, in Istanbul, and it was beautiful. I think the reason why it was uncomfortable in Marrakesh is because it was a very small room, and the lady didn't speak English, and she was an elderly lady. Anyway, so, but basically, if you go to Turkey, you must do their hammam. You just must. This video has been 30 minutes. I'm out. I'm getting out now because I'm talking too much. I don't even want to say anything because I feel like it would just lead to another story. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next video next week. Bye bye.